Oh, hi. My name is Sam. I've been a volunteer at 826 LA for over 6 years, and I love it. My favorite part is the students and their crazy ideas. It's new and weird and strange and surprising every time, and I absolutely love it. Dialogue, what the characters say in the story. To the book. And take a sip of my tea, which is actually Diet Coke. We have a wonderful book for you today called The Trip to Outer Space, Jackson and Asher's Giant Cheeseburger Adventure. Written by Ms. Leyva's third grade class from Grand View Boulevard Elementary School. Special shout out to the volunteers who helped create this book: Mike, Patrick, Jaime, Aliah, and Charlotte. Wonderful volunteers, all of them. The Trip to Outer Space, Jackson and Asher's Giant Cheeseburger Adventure. Once upon a time, there was a duck named Jackson. Jackson loved to eat cheeseburgers and other unhealthy things. He loved cheeseburgers so much that he wore a hat shaped like one. He looked like Elvis Presley because he had a pompadour underneath his hat. He wore a Dodgers baseball jersey because his favorite thing to do was play baseball. In fact, Jackson was the pitcher of his team. His biggest dream was to find the biggest cheeseburger in the world and eat it all himself. Jackson lived in New York City, and his house was shaped like a cheeseburger. Inside his house, he had a baseball helmet, a baseball bat, and a bean bag shaped like a baseball that he sat on when watching TV. He also had a giant board covered with autographs from famous baseball players. Jackson knew that the biggest and yummiest cheeseburger could only be found on Pluto, and he had to figure out how to get there. Barnacle bonus questions. What team is Jackson's favorite baseball team? What was Jackson's biggest dream? He needed the help of his best friend, Asher the Robo Bunny. Jackson got out his mobile phone to text her. Can you build me a rocket so I can go to Pluto? Jackson texted. Asher was practicing the moonwalk when she got his text. She texted back, Why? What's in it for me? Is there any way you can help me? Jackson text pleaded back. Asher was practicing the moonwalk because she wanted to go to the moon, because her favorite movie was playing there. It was called The Attack of the Hot Dogs, which was about a dragon and robot hot dogs with lasers. She had rocket boosters to get there, which could also bring Jackson to Pluto. Why do you need to go to Pluto? She texted. To eat the biggest, yummiest burger in the universe, Jackson replied enthusiastically. Look, I know a very famous engineer in Hawaii, Asher messaged, who could build us a rocket to go to both the moon and to Pluto. Barnacle bonus questions. Can you name 2 things inside Jackson's house? Why did Asher practice the moonwalk? They went to Hawaii and to the engineer's house. They rang the doorbell. When the door opened, they saw a buff bull with blue wings, a white snout, and gray fur. He wore a tool belt and helmet. In a strong, irritated voice, he said, What do you want? We need a rocket ship, Jackson said. For what? He asked bluntly. For cheeseburgers and movies, both Jackson and Asher cheerfully answered. The engineer, named Lightning Rock, didn't have the energy to build a rocket. In order to re-energize him, they took a bunch of light bulbs and threw them at him. Enough! Enough! Fine, I'll make you one, the engineer said, dodging the light bulbs. After a few days, the rocket ship was ready. They launched into the atmosphere, but as they approached the moon, Asher checked the fuel meter and said with disappointment, We don't have enough fuel to go to both places. They were in a dilemma. To decide where they would go, Jackson and Asher decided to play a game of rock, paper, scissors. Who would win, and where would they go? That is quite a cliffhanger. And here are some lined pages for you to finish the story. Where will they go? Who will win rock, paper, scissors? Is it even possible for both characters to get to where they both need to go? The twists and turns are all up to you, as is the conclusion. It could be funny, it could be dramatic, it could be tragic and sad, or uplifting and exhilarating, or all of the above. All the possibilities are in your hands. And look, a blank page, so you can add your own illustration to the story. Your turn to write. Write your own ending to the story. What happens to each character? Does each character get what they want? How does each character feel at the end? Add your own character to the story. You might also want to print out this back cover, because you see on this blank square on the upper left there, that's where you can put a portrait of yourself. Put a little picture of yourself right in there, because you created the ending of this story. Or maybe you could draw a self-portrait like the old artists in the Renaissance. And then in this square entitled About the Author, write a little bit about yourself. What makes you so creative? What inspires you? Beneath that, you'll see critical acclaim. This isn't for you to write. This is for someone to give your book a review. Have someone read your ending, and they can write what they like about it right here. Share your writing with us. Share your ending with us, and we will feature it on our next episode. Send it to fieldtrips@826la.org. Or share it with us on social media at 826LA on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I don't know about you, but I am pretty curious to see how this story turns out. So, finish the story, share it with us, and we'll see what happens. Till next time,